Terry from the Quarter Acre, and I wanted to chat with you a little bit about Masterbooks Level 1. So my daughter started this. She is 7 years old now. She started this at the beginning of her first grade year this year. She was 6, and she came out of public kindergarten, had a great teacher. So she was pretty strong in all of the kindergarten math that she had learned. And so we started this, I think it was August 11th was our first day of school. And so we actually finished this by Thanksgiving. It is a fantastic math book. I'm going to start kind of at the beginning to talk to you. It's got all of your different lessons outlined here. The way it's set up is that it's set up by a lesson is supposed to last a week. So you have your lesson and then you have your exercises. But I'm going to go ahead and flip through. So it talks about using the course. It says approximately 30 minutes per lesson, 5 days a week for 36 weeks. Worksheets are included for each section. Answer keys for worksheets are available online. And it gives you the web address. And it's designed for grade 1 in a year 1 course. Okay? So students completing this course will learn their numbers 0 to 100, review circles, patterns, counting, and addition, days of the week, and telling time. They'll explore simple concepts and symbols used in mathematics and simple fractions, identifying place values, number families, and solving for the unknown. So it's really, 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 really cool. I was not sure if this was going to be a big enough challenge for her. And she did go through it quickly, but I didn't want to leave any potholes. I knew that she didn't have telling time. I knew that place value wasn't quite as introduced, so I didn't want to skip ahead. I wanted to go through it. It also gives you a list of supplies that you'll need for manipulatives, so index cards, fasteners, crayons, glue, paste, hole punch, hole reinforcers. I didn't need hardly any of that. A plastic shoebox with a lid to store manipulatives. You can get those at Dollar Tree. I didn't do that. I have it right here. For her place value village that they use, I laminated them and I put them on cups. So to learn place value, they create this little village. And so I just got red, oh, there's a bean in that one. I just got red Solo cups. And let's see, is this the one? Red Solo cups, and then cut these out from the back of the book and laminate them. So there's like, you know, this is the ones house, there's a tens house, a hundreds house, and then eventually in the next level you get to the thousands house. And then you get beans, like it's just a bag of beans at the grocery store for them to count on. And it totally brought me back. I remember counting with those beans as a kid, like in grade school. So you don't have to necessarily have the shoebox. I didn't need contact paper. I did get construction paper. We did use that. The index cards, it tells you to have them make their own flashcards. I didn't do that. I bought flashcards for her. Brass fasteners. Oh, if you're gonna make the clock. I ended up ordering the little yellow clock for her from Amazon. The classic clock. But they have a printable one here, so you don't even have to order that. What else? Stickers for use on flashcards. I didn't need those. Pictures from old magazines. We did that. A poster board. I used smaller poster board pages that I found from the Dollar Tree, so we didn't have giant, massive ones. At least 100 counting items. We used the dried beans. You could use buttons or popsicle sticks. So, oh, popsicle sticks would be really cool because then you could see them sticking up out of the cups. You could also use little clear containers. I saw online where another mom used like little clear containers from the Dollar Tree so you could see inside. And then snack baggies. We did use a lot of snack baggies when you start grouping in tens. That's handy. So it just goes over then how to use the items, the manipulatives, grading the assignments, how to do that. And then the cool thing is if you want to follow their structure and take the entire year to complete the book, you can totally do that. And they give you like the whole grade book here, and you can do the due date and the grade. So it's really awesome for record keeping, and it's all 3-hole punched. And so you can just take this out and slide it in their portfolio or turn it in if you're part of like a charter school. But the really cool thing about this book is it's a Charlotte Mason math book. And if you're not familiar with Charlotte Mason, the Charlotte Mason homeschool technique or theory is that we learn from really interesting, really wholesome books. That, you know, when we look back, and this is especially true for me, when I look back at elementary school, I don't remember the teacher standing at the front of the class talking. I remember the books that we read, the chapter books and things like that as I got older, and going to the library, and the librarian, who was like everyone's favorite person at the school, or maybe it was just I loved her so much I thought that, I don't know, reading to us. And so at the beginning of each math lesson, there is a story about Charlie and Charlotte, twins. And this continues on. We were thrilled to find out it continues on through level 2, 3, all the way up through all the elementary school levels. So Charlie and Charlotte in this book are going to stay with their grandparents for the summer. Their parents are going on a mission trip to South America to help at an orphanage. And so they are staying with their grandparents on their grandparents' farm. And they've got this little pet turtle. And then they end up getting 2 pet sheep that are twins like they are. And so each story introduces the math concept that is going to be taught, and does it in a way that is just really applicable. Like, it makes the kids understand why they're learning this. So here's Charlie and Charlotte. And each, like I said, each lesson starts with that story on the green pages. And then you move into the worksheet. So here's, you know, so here's lesson 1 is the reading. And then this is lesson 1, exercise 1 for day 1. And sometimes the exercises are 1 page. Sometimes they're 2. And then it goes on to day 2. And to see, day 2 is 2 pages long. And then days 3 and day 4. And day 4 continues on the back. And there's day 5. And so, and then day 5 is also a 2-page lesson. And then we go on to lesson, or a 2-page exercise. So each lesson is made up of 5 days of exercises. But the way we utilized it is, as you can tell, it's very simple in the beginning. It's very much review of what she learned in kindergarten, matching numbers to quantities, etc. We did more than 1 lesson per day. 2 exercises one day, 3 exercises another. We probably did the whole lesson 2 in 1 sitting, and we moved through like that. And so we were done with the first book by Thanksgiving, having started in August. But I'm going to go ahead and read you lesson 2, the story, just so you can get kind of an idea of what these lesson stories are like. How many eggs? Review of numbers 0 through 9. Children, I have something very special that I need help with today, Grandma told the twins the next morning while they helped her wash the breakfast dishes. What is it, Grandma? They asked together. I need to finish preparing my egg orders this morning, Grandma explained. I have customers who live in town and can't keep chickens. They come here to our farm every Tuesday afternoon to pick up their eggs for the week. Grandpa goes out early every morning and gathers the eggs for me. I need your help finishing up washing and sorting. Do you think you can help me? We have to count the eggs and make sure each order has the right number of cartons in it. We can do it, Grandma. We know our numbers now. We want to help. The twins jumped up and down excitedly. Okay, but we have to be very careful. Eggs are extremely fragile, which means that it is very easy to break them, Grandma told the children. These are the dirty eggs. We will wash them with warm, wet rags first. Then we will place them in these cartons. 6 eggs go in each carton. I will tell you how. The children nodded their heads and followed Grandma's instructions carefully. It was hard work washing the eggs, carefully placing them in the cartons. And while they worked, Grandma told them a story of when she was a little girl living on her parents' farm. It had been her job to take care of the chickens and gather the eggs. That was a long time ago, and the twins giggled, imagining Grandma as a little girl. Charlie and Charlotte liked the feel of the warm brown eggs. They had never seen brown eggs before. They were used to the white ones that Mommy and Daddy bought at the grocery store near their home in town. After they had finished washing the eggs and placing them in cartons, Grandma gave them cards with customers' names written on them. Next to their names was the number showing how many cartons of eggs each customer wanted. And then it goes on the first exercise. Can you help Charlie and Charlotte match the name and number cards with the correct customer order of eggs? The first one is done for you. And then here's the little activity. So it really ties in, and these kids are super respectful and super nice and really eager to learn. They love learning. And so it'll kind of tie in that egg theme throughout the rest of the week. And it's all, farm themed for this year. And then, the next one picks up where it left off. Thank you, children, for helping with the egg orders. And then goes into the next lesson about and it touches on chick development. So it's it's a math book, it's a storybook, and they work in lots of other things as well. Lots of stuff about life on the farm. And the life cycle of a butterfly is explained as well. You can kind of see that there. It's just really a wholesome, awesome math book, and it covers each subject without beating the kid over the head. In this book, we did not have to do any supplemental pages, so it moved at the perfect pace for when we hit we're in level 2 now. We did have to stop when we learned carrying and borrowing and do a couple extra days on that I wanted to solidify it. I didn't want to rush through it and then have it be forgotten as we moved on to the next thing. And we do some different things. We have this little clock came with some flashcards that are puzzle pieces that click together, that has 10 o'clock written out, and then the clock, and you can put it together to help practice that. Oh, it also has dice that you roll, and it'll show you an hour and a minute, and we find it on the clock. So we did supplement with that. Like I said, we did do our own version of the flashcards. They say to just have the kids do them because it gives them ownership, but I just bought a set of flashcards. I think they were from the Dollar Tree, but they're just edition flashcards. Oh, and then I did do the printable fidget spinner math facts cards that have 2 plus 7 is 9, and so that you could do 9 take away 2 is 7, 9 take away 7 is 2, or I thought those were pretty neat. And so that was I did pay for those on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I think it was $8 or something like that. Really reasonable priced for about 30 bucks, 35 bucks on Amazon. You can pick this up. You can get it other places as well. I have Prime shipping, so Amazon works out for me to be the best deal. And yeah, so my overall impression of Masterbooks is that I love it. I love, for my daughter, the stories. I love the colors. For my son, he is in 7th grade, and this would not work out for him. I understand why they stop at level 5, because 6 and beyond, it just wouldn't. I can't imagine it. If they ever came out with it, I would be interested to see a flip through of it. But here's some copy work talking about, shapes. Here's some practice with fractions and practice writing your numbers. This is her completed book. Some of the pages where I knew, there's very few, probably 5 or 6 pages that we skipped in the whole book. But I knew she knew how to write those. She's got really good penmanship. Learning about tally marks, life cycle of a plant. She loves these, and there's a few throughout the book. Yeah, so this is Masterbooks, Math Lessons for a Living Education, Book 1. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but let me tell you, she's already in level 2, and I already bought level 3, And even if she were to go back to public school, I would buy level 4. Because it's the traditional math approach. It's not Common Core. So far, everything that I've compared it to, it's meeting the grade level standards for each grade, but it's not the Common Core curriculum, and I can't say that I'm mad at that. I didn't really enjoy Common Core, neither did my son, with him going kindergarten through 6th grade in public school, and she was carrying before she was 7 using the Masterbooks. And now she just turned 7 last month, and she is borrowing and carrying and working on fractions and doing phenomenal. So definitely recommend. And if that changes for some reason, I will let you know. But like I said, we're already halfway through the next level, and we love it. Look for that review soon. My question is, what math curriculum do you currently use, and do you like it or do you not? Do you feel like it's enough, or are you supplementing a lot? Are you creating your own math curriculum? What do you do for math for your homeschool kiddo? Let me know in the comment section down below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that little bell so that you get notifications every time I upload here on the Quarter Acre. I am so glad that you stopped by today, and I hope that you'll stop by again. Have a great rest of your day, and take care.